sorry, boys, but we're going to start with the Cardinals. I think you guys can join in a little bit on this one. So I'm looking right now, the over-under for wins for the Cardinals. Keep in mind, this is a team that went 71-91 last year. The over-under is on FanDuel is 84.5 wins. What are we hitting there?
I'm gonna let you guys go first.
No, you're
Well,
going.
Harry,
You're going before me. I got some things to say.
Okay.
you think we've gotten significantly better in the offseason?
This says we've gotten 13.5 wins better.
No, we haven't. No, we haven't. We are a retirement home, boys. I might get killed for this, but look, the hitting is not the problem, okay? Everybody that has a brain knows that the Cardinals offense is not a problem. It is that pitching staff. We have 35-year-olds, 36, 37. Sonny Gray's injured. Lance Lynn is averaging like 10 ERAs a game. Under, and this is painful for me to say, but I think our pitching is going to be the reason why we don't crack 70 wins.
Don't crack 70. Wow.
For the first, I think it was like the last time the Cardinals finished with sub 70 wins was 61 or 71. But just something about that pitching just screams, we're going to make your summer a living hell. Jordan Walker can hit as many home runs as he can. Goldie's going to hit home runs. Gorman, Arenado. But that pitching is going to be our Achilles heel. I have us getting 69 wins on the dot.
So we go 69-93. Two losses,
Yep.
two losses more than last year.
Yep.
Tommy,
Yep.
what are you picking?
I'm gonna go under, but I think we sneak into a wild card spot. I think we go 82-80.
Really?
Yeah.
All right.
Here we go, boys.
Not only do I think we go under, I think it is in this front office's. I think this is in this franchise's best interest to lose 85, 90 games, like Kanan just suggested. Here's the thing. I'm going to name some names here. Wilson Contreras, Paul Goldschmidt, Nolan Gorman, Paul DeYoung, Nolan Arenado, Tyler O'Neill, Lars Nootbaar, Jordan Walker, Alec Burleson. That's your starting 9 from last year, according to Baseball Reference. DeYoung, 92 OPS, gone. O'Neill, 94 OPS, gone. That's a perfectly fine roster. That's a perfectly fine lineup. Add in Mason Wynn at shortstop. I'm huge on him. I think he's going to be fantastic. Brendan Donovan, I think the world of that guy. That guy is one of my favorite players to watch. He will give you absolutely everything when he's healthy. That was a problem last year. 115 OPS plus. You can live with that. That's a perfectly fine sample size. That's above average. Carlson, I don't think we've seen everything that there is to see from Carlson. I wouldn't be surprised if he's traded before the year starts, honestly. We have a logjam that we'll get to in a little bit in the middle infield and outfield. We'll get to that in a little bit. That's a perfect Tommy Edman too. He's hurt to start the year. Nootbaar's hurt to start the year too. That's not a problem. But no one gives a shit about that because that's never been the problem with the Cardinals even last year. Starting line or rotation last year, Michaelis was not good last year after we just signed him to a contract that's paying him, I think, $20 million per year. Montgomery's gone. Flaherty's gone. Probably for the best. Matz is gone. Wainwright's retired. Dakota Hudson's gone. So now we know it's so obvious that what this team needed was top of the line starting pitching. What did I tell you guys all last year? We have these big issues. We so clearly know what the problem is and how to fix them, and we're going to end up with our ace being Sonny Gray. Who's the we signed this year? We signed Lance Lynn, first day of free agency. That's funny. He's a former Cardinal. Okay, fine. Bring him in. He'll be the 5th starter. Next day, we signed Kyle Gibson. Nothing against Kyle Gibson. But those are the 2 free agent signings that you make if you're a team that wants to win anything worth a shit this year. And then who's our ace? It's Sonny Gray. And he's hurt, by the way, because all these guys are over 35 years old. That's what pitchers do when they're 35 plus. They get hurt. You have 2 free agent pitchers this year that are free agents right now. That would be your ace, even if Sonny Gray weren't hurt. Go get Jordan Montgomery. Go get Blake Snell. Blake Snell just won a Cy Young Award. And no one is going after them. I don't know why. Is it a Scott Boras thing? Is it an MLB thing? I don't know. But everything you hear about these guys, they're talking with teams. And what's the report about the Cardinals? They've had no interaction with either one of them. None. Montgomery was a Cardinal last year. We traded for him for Harrison Bader. He gave us a year. He was great. Why do we have no interest in bringing him back? Is the team too good for him? We're Kanat's talking about him losing 90-plus games this year. What are we doing? You cannot convince me that this front office is in the interest of winning baseball games, of winning a division. The worst division in the MLB, by the way. The Cincinnati Reds are probably the favorites to win this fucking thing. That tells you how bad it is. And we're probably going to finish last again, and it might be for the best. Maybe that gets John Mozeliak out of town if fans realize that this team sucks come August, and we have games looking like the Kansas City Royals where 15,000 fans at most are showing up through the gates on a Thursday night paying their hard-earned money. Maybe that's what's going to get Oliver Marmol out of town. He should have gotten fired after last year. I don't know why the hell he's still around, and he's not even the biggest problem. Everyone thought, because he threw Tyler O'Neill under the bus early on in the season. There were problems before that with the 22 wildcard game against Philly, but calling out O'Neill was weird. Both parties look like crap in that scenario. O'Neill's gone. Marmol's going to be gone. Let's just face facts. Yadier Molina is going to be our manager in 2025. This is a punt year for no reason. You convinced Nolan Arenado that this team's going to be competitive. You convinced him to stick around when he could have opted out and gone to a hell of a team and would probably have a chance at a World Series this year. And you're walking out there, Miles Michaelis is going to be starting on opening day. There is nothing to gain from competing this season. There is nothing to gain from pretending to be a good team. Like Kanan said, I'm rooting for Mason Wynn. I'm huge on him and Jordan Walker. I hope they make strides this year. I freaking love Larson Newbar. I think he's a little bit overrated. People are saying he's like a top 10 outfielder in the league and crazy stuff like that. I don't think he's quite that, but he's a great guy. Love having him on my team. Paul Goldschmidt's a Hall of Famer. Nolan Arenado's a Hall of Famer. Wilson Contreras got a bad hand last year. I think that guy handled it as well as anybody could. And it doesn't matter because this team sucks and they should suck. And I think I would be more mad if they do what Tommy predicted and go 82-80 just to get their asses kicked in the wild card once again when they won 93 games in 22 and got swept by the Phillies. Is the way this team is built right now, do you trust them to win anything?
No, I don't trust them. The problem with that front office, Harry, and I'm pretty sure all of us can agree, they've been complacent for way too long. I remember talking to you last season before that season kicked off. I really wanted us to get Logan Gilbert. Like you said, we have too many infielders. This kid is 26, had 200 strikeouts last season for the Mariners, 13-7. This kid screams Cardinal, but we didn't get him. And we just keep signing these older pitchers whose arms are about to fall off their socket. It's like picking up a ribeye steak from the bone and the meat just falls down. It has to stop. And at some point, we as the fans have to hold the front office accountable. We have to boycott. We have to just stop showing up to games. I'm not saying sell the team. Not saying that. You might. I'm not. But we just got to get this together, man. And it's frustrating because St. Louis is a town known for baseball. But for the last 10 years, we've been shit.
Yeah, and earlier I said you're probably going to have to trade a guy like Dylan Carlson or Alec Burleson. I think it's going to be Carlson, and I can already see him being the next Randy Rosarena, Dolis Garcia. Cardinals didn't get everything out of him. He goes somewhere else and just immediately blossoms. By the way, you have that logjam because you signed two other guys who are 35 years old, Matt Carpenter and Brandon Crawford. Crawford, I like him. I think back in the day he would have turned awesome double plays with Colton Wong. I think he's going to be a good mentor for Mason Wynn in particular. But what the hell are you signing Matt Carpenter for? He's the same player, bless you. He's the same player that he was in 2021 when he couldn't hit worth a crap. He was hitting fly balls to the warning track. The only reason why he really had that career revival with the Yankees, which was cool to see, by the way, is because the Yankees have the shortest right field porch in all of baseball. That was a perfect fit for him. It had nothing to do with him really changing his swing. It was just a matter of circumstance. He was at the perfect field for him. And now he's back at Busch Stadium. What are we doing, man? Who is he going to take at bats from that's beneficial for anybody? I love Matt Carpenter. What does this do for us, man?
It's going to be tough. It's going to be a rough summer for us. Tommy, do you have anything to say? Harry's about to pop a blood vessel.
We haven't even.
That's just, I mean, honestly, all that just makes my prediction even funnier, because that would be worst case scenario, is us sneaking into that wild card, losing.
Well, you're going to be right.
I cross my fingers. I'm wrong.
We're going to go on a damn 10-game winning streak like right after the deadline when we didn't do anything, and we're going to have false hope into thinking, oh my God, we're going to make a run. Arenado's playing great. Walker's developing. Nootbaar's on fire. And then it's just not going to matter.
I think it's just a year. I think it's time for us as Cardinals to be the basement dwellers of the Central, just for a little bit. I'm not saying for the next 20 years, but it's time, man. We got to blow that front office up.
Unsportsmanlike content.